what has been getting the country raved. And I mean, we're filling up stadiums on Wednesdays now, which is crazy. I don't think we've seen that for a long time. I mean, we come from a culture of actually filling up stadiums when you're looking at it from back in the day. And I don't know what happened somewhere in between. Now we are playing for 500 people in the stadium. But now Chiefs is doing well and magic happens. Stadiums are being filled. And it's actually a knock-on effect if you look at what's going on with the other games that are also being played. More fans are actually going to the stadiums, which coincidentally happens when Chiefs fans are feeling good. You know, so I want to get into the PSL season, guys. 5 games in. Kaizer Chiefs is joined first. Leskukune, right? Played 4, drew 1. And the one that they drew was against the champions, which is Mamelodi Sundowns. So far, Lebona Joang, Taba Chiefs, but I think you played for Chiefs. You won their last league title, I believe.
Last time Chiefs won the league, you were there.
That's a fact. That's true. That's true. That's true.
But the last 5 games, and they're also in the semis of the MTN.
No, they were not there. They didn't qualify.
Oh, I mean, they didn't make the top 8. That's Pirates. It's fine.
Yeah.
So, last 5 games that you saw from Kaizer Chiefs, what have you seen? Did the team deserve to win the 5 games? Number 1. And can they keep this up?
Listen, like you said, you know when Chiefs does well, when Chiefs is performing well, South African football, I mean, I'm not saying what it hasn't been, but I'm just saying that because they've got a lot of supporting base. So everyone gets excited about the league, get excited about Chiefs. People want to go to the stadium and watch the Chiefs. But I mean, there's few things that I want to speak about. I think if it comes to players, there are few individuals that have been exceptionally well. You know, there's a boy he was in the team at the time when I was at Chiefs. This is 10 years ago. Ne? It's Zitha, the current captain.
Serious?
He was in the development, right?
He was in the team with us.
He
was training with us.
Okay.
First team.
Yeah.
He was training with us. And then they loaned him to Staley's.
Yeah.
You know, he moved around. And then now they've given him a responsibility. He's got a responsibility. He's the captain. And I remember Chiefs supporters, they wanted him out. And he just changed everything. His leadership has been exceptional. He's the reason why they have not considered a goal. They haven't considered a goal in the last 5 games. Because Zitha, has decided to take the leadership role. And I want to say to the coach, whoever decided to give him that, he's been there. He's not a guy. He's not new at Chiefs. He was in the development. He came and then he played with us. He went away and he came back. It's rare for a player to be loaned out and come back and then stay in the club. Majority of them, when they come back and then they just release them. But he stayed and he's been exceptional. I think Zitha has done exceptionally well. And the reason why they have not considered a goal is because of his leadership skills. I watched him off the ball. I watched him especially off the ball and see how is he controlling the defense. And the defense has been exceptionally well. Of course, a number of few players who have actually impacted positive in the club. I've seen players that used to play the ball backward, slow and stuff.
Mthethwa,
Suddenly the mentality has changed. It's more forward passing. He gets into the box and I'm like, okay, now the guy, for some reason, he has listened to the supporters and he wants to change his game. So Chiefs have been great, have the players that have also recruited. What is funny enough, they went and buy from Pirates. They went and not buy, they went and take players from Pirates. And one of the impactful player, the right back,
Monyane,
who just got a call up now today to go and replace the other guy that got injured. So I mean, he's been exceptionally well in the right back. They've been looking for a good right back after I left. So now suddenly there's someone that can
After I
suddenly there's someone that can really. I mean, he's done exceptional well, this boy, and he deserves a call up. And And I hope that Kele, is injury free, because they need him. Chiefs needs him. But Chiefs, sometimes you look at the players, I'm like, hey, the management, Junior has done exceptionally well. The recruitment, the players that have just joined Chiefs, we need to give him credit. The players that he has signed together with his older brother, Upobi. They've done an amazing job.
Yeah.
And it's good to see Chiefs performing. And I want them to be consistent.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. They need to remain consistent. And then they need to play to win matches and also to win trophies. And they can compete. I watched them against Sundowns. They were far better than Sundowns in terms of creating chances. They were far better than them. So there's something at Chiefs. And they are not where they're supposed to be, but at least you can see where they want to be. And they are now moving towards that. So we need to give credit, man. They've been good. So far, so good. And big up to Junior and his big and his brother. No. The recruitment has been great.
You know what's funny, I mean, we sat on this table before the season started. We spoke about transfers.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of excitement, if I can put it like that. You mentioned Monyane.
Wait. Before you continue, and another player that has been great that they signed.
Yeah.
It's Ndlovu.
Yeah.
He's gonna.
He's 100%.
He's something else. Mabua, is it Mabua that they just signed recently? Unfortunately, is injured, which is okay.
Is he still injured now?
Is he injured?
No. I think he's gonna start playing maybe in October, November. I'm not too sure, but I heard that he was injured. But I don't know exactly when is he coming back. But as far as I know, is that he's injured. But Ndlovu, yes. Yeah, no. The players that Chiefs have now, they can compete with anyone. They can compete with anyone. But they've done great, man. We need also to also give credit when you see.
Yeah, when you see.
So
there's progress.
Yeah, there is progress, and they're improving.
Yeah,
and they keep improving. I watched them against Golden Arrows. The passing is different.
Yeah.
Now there's that
confidence.
Confidence. They know where to play. They move around. They can have more than 8 passes, and then you're like, okay, now the team is going the right direction.
Okay, no, I'm with you. I was going to mention Monyane and Maku because both are Pirates fullbacks. Both were released, and now they are performing at a very high level for Kaizer Chiefs. So, which just shows sometimes the environment, sometimes players are written off, and a lot of Kaizer Chiefs fans were also not sure. We're getting Pirates rejects, fans say these things.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
And I'm so glad for both the guys that they're actually performing very well. Their careers on and up. Monyane just got a national team call-up, like you said. So it's looking good for Chiefs. Mpho, I don't know from your side if there's anything, maybe while we're still on Kaizer Chiefs, that you think is working for them currently within the last 5 games, and what they also might need to improve on going forward.
I think Bai has covered it well. But I think, firstly, the signings, I'll admit I was wrong. I was not very excited about the signings, but they're proving us wrong, which is good. We want Kaizer Chiefs to do well, right? But I think for me, what I see, what looks different is it's almost like these players, when you watch them, like I watch them against Sundowns, it's almost like they suddenly understand what it means to play for a team like Chiefs. You can see it on the field. It's like guys want to take responsibility. You can see that these guys really want to win. They're ambitious again, So so things are looking good for Chiefs. But one thing I would say, I'm not sure we can say they're in the title race. I'm not sure they are ready for that. I think maybe this season can be a season where maybe they get a top 4 place and then build on it. What do you think? Do you think they can actually challenge for the league?
Like I said, I've watched, sometimes if you can beat Stellies.
Yeah.
And then you get a draw against Sundowns.
Yeah.
And then you are able to beat so-called small teams. Then you've got a chance of winning the league. This is what Sundowns does. Sundowns, for them to win the league, they hammer everyone. So-called small teams, they hammer them. And then when they play against Pirates, sometimes they draw or Pirates wins. Problem with Pirates is that they lose against small clubs sometimes.
Yeah.
like, you know, when the first 2 games.
100%.
You know, but Sundowns don't lose.
Mm.
Sundowns don't lose against those teams. They beat them. By the time they play your Pirates, your Chiefs, even a draw, it's enough for
There's
them.
a 9-point
Yeah.
buffer.
Yeah. No, for them, even a draw, it's enough.
Yeah.
Even if you beat us, but you know, you've lost 3 games against so-called small clubs. But us, we beat everyone else. But, you know, Chiefs, the good thing about them is that they are a work in progress.
Yeah.
While you are working in progress, you're also winning. This is what's great about them. So if you can imagine once they're on their peak and then they reach the pinnacle in terms of performance, then you can't touch them. They are not yet in the pinnacle in terms of football. But the progress, as you watch them, you're like, oh, the defense is great. It's a unity. I always watch their defense, how they move, how they organize themselves, they kick, they defend the ball, and then they move as a unit. When they track back, I'm like, wow, now there's a team here. There's an understanding and then I see Zitha giving instructions, and I'm like, oh, there's a team suddenly. There's someone who takes, you know, initiative, being a leader and controlling the team. Then I'm like, I want to see them when they lose a match, which I doubt they're going to lose anytime soon. But the day they lose, are they able to recover?
How do they come back? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or when things are tough.
Yeah. But they played Sundowns. And even though Sundowns is still trying to figure out who's going to, you know, they've got their own internal issues. But they played against a team that Sundowns just hammered anyone else. So they've got a chance, man. I think they're gonna go for it. For the league, they're gonna go for it. If they don't win it, it's because maybe Pirates was great.
No.
Does it matter how the team plays? Because some people say no, Chiefs has to play a certain way, and then some people say it doesn't really matter as long as they get the results. You've been there. You've been at Chiefs. What's important? Does it matter how the team plays, or do you just want those points?
No, we need to be honest. There are clubs that have the culture, their identity, and sometimes the identity comes first. You know, there are clubs that, while we are still trying to move or trying to get into our identity, but we still have to win matches. You know what I mean? So you can imagine. I mean, and that's what has been a downfall for especially for Pirates.
Yeah,
that Pirates used to play good football, but then at the end of the season they don't win the league, and you're like, Chief, this club plays every time good football, but it's good to watch. But they don't win anything, and then they started winning cups. You know. Same mentality, same. And then now, it's unfortunate that Sundowns just keep winning matches, keep winning the league. But with Chiefs, they are not yet where they're supposed to be, but they're playing a very... when you watch them, you there's an interest. You know, you don't watch because you support Chiefs. You watch because you like how they play. Suddenly, you're like, oh, okay, this is good. This is good football. The movements are there. The passing is there. You know, there's some understanding within the team. Then you're like, I can watch this. And there's so much interest in this. So I think there are teams that want sport to be balanced.
Yeah.
While you're playing good football, but you must also win matches.
Yeah.
Because what's the point?
You can't just play good football.
You know, you can't play good football
and
then the next thing, you know, they're like, but you can't also lose matches while you're not playing good football.
Yeah.
Then it's a disaster.
It's a problem.
Then it's a problem. Then there's no hope.